how can you look at a person the same? I mean, oh, okay, we all know we in our bedroom, but I'm just saying, once that information get out, it's like you look at the person different.
Kind of different. Just nasty.
In their lips, like, you know, it's just like, and then you don't want to talk too close because they can have ass on their breath. You got booty on your breath. Gabriel Union do a kissing scene. It's like, oh,
Wait a minute.
Well, hey.
Yeah. Hey.
Stunt double, please. Bring in my stunt double.
Oh my gosh. Welcome to the Just Acting Up show. I'm your host, Joffy. What up, H-Town? How you living? What's going down? 10 toes down. I'm going to stop right there. I can't freestyle. I can't rap, y'all. How y'all living out there? We got Chris up in the building. Chris, say what's up to the people, man.
What up? It's the mad scientist, Big Chris.
Hey, boy, in the lab all day. Boys, okay, I'm sorry, y'all. We say, Mike, what's up, man?
How you doing, guys? That's it. That's all I got. How's everyone doing? This fine day.
Hello. How are you?
Hello.
Hello. He's always that one like, how y'all doing? Like,
yeah.
Oh man. Homeboy from Family Matters, Waldo. What's up?
Yeah. What's up?
Stop. Oh my God. I think you got a shirt like that out there too. I need to cop that. Welcome to the Just Acting Up show, y'all. We got a lot going on for y'all today. We got a special guest in the building, so y'all want to stay tuned and stay in like for that. Very special guest, speak something motivational to it. Speak to your spirit and your soul. Y'all stay locked in for that. And of course, we're going to be talking about what's going on in the city of H-Town. All these laws that's coming out. Oh my goodness. And we got breaking news in the sports world. We said it last week. There's nothing really going on in sports. And just like that, something going down. Woo, man. So y'all stay locked in. Just Acting Up show. All right, y'all. Welcome to the big stage. We're about to get into this thing real quick. What's going on in the city of Houston? What's going on in sports news? What's going on in politics? All that stuff. Let's go ahead and get into it. What we looking at today? So what's going on in Houston, Texas? So we know September 1st, that was the start of new laws that's going on in Houston. People are can't even talk. People are triggered. People are wired. People are pissed. People are angry. People are happy. Some of these things that's going on. And number one, what is on everybody's list right now is the abortion. So
I know too many people that's happy.
No, for that one, no, they're not happy about that one.
Mm-hmm.
They're at all. I don't know. And seeing all that take place and all that happening keeps telling me to get more into what goes on with City Hall and fight for the laws and everything that get passed and get some awareness going. Because if we don't, then stuff like this is going to continue to happen.
Right.
So,
yeah, voting. This is one of those things. Voting definitely matters of who you have in office and saying who has your best interest at heart, you know? Because I don't think who's over there in Austin in the governor chair, I don't think he too much care. I think he's more concerned about lining his pockets, but that's a whole nother story for another day.
woo-hoo.
I mean, I don't get how a man can tell a woman what to do with her body. I don't get that.
No.
You know, and then, you know, as men, we have to be educated. Me personally, I don't know it was 6 weeks. Okay, 6 weeks. When I talked it over with my wife, she said 6 weeks. You barely even know if you're pregnant or not. So, how's that going to work?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, like one of my ex-girlfriends, they said that we didn't do anything at that one point in time, and I was like looking at her like, hold on now. And she was saying that her period came late. And I was like, hold on now, we ain't do nothing, you know, what you trying to tell me? But then the next day it started. I said, okay. So yeah. But with all that being said, like we're saying, of course, we are three men, of course. And we're like, we don't think we should have the decision to say so in what happens with you know, a woman's body. We don't know a woman's body. We don't know the anatomy. Only a woman can tell you what goes on. Yeah, you can do research and everything, but no, they shouldn't. I think that's that right here, that law that passed, the abortion law, that should have been. I wouldn't much touch that, me personally. I wouldn't touch that.
They've been trying. They've been trying for years. They have been trying for years to get this passed, and it's a win for the other side.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't care for that.
And then they have they also passed that classroom law where teachers can't really teach too much on race and racism. You know, it's like.
Then they passed the law too that you couldn't, if you protest, you can't block the main street. That's like
it's a whole list of things, man.
It's a whole list of things.
One of the other ones was the gun law as well. No license. You don't need no permit.
Red Dead Redemption. This is Red Dead Redemption here.
Straight up.
You stepped on my shoe.
Wow.
You know, on Red Dead, when you walking in like a town, you got those options. You either agonize, greet, or aim your weapon.
Yeah,
that's how it is. Everybody's all like, you know, how you doing? How you doing?
Man, dude,
whip out your weapon. So
I don't want no trouble at all, man. And it's people. It's hot as hell in Houston. People get mad and angry, upset quick. We got bad traffic.
Woo!
And now you pass this, and now the police officers are coming out saying that makes their job even harder, which is true. You get past this law, you don't need no training. You don't need no license to carry anything. I don't know what they were thinking with this, just like with the abortion thing. I don't know what they were thinking about that. There is also, what's another one that they passed? They've had so many laws, but it just seeing this makes you want to pay more attention to the penal code and what's going on. So, you know, not all of us can make it down to City Hall or, you know, putting those complaints. It's some trouble time. So y'all pray for Texas.
Oh yes.
Pray for Houston. Pray for us.
I really didn't feel as bad with the gun laws because I can understand why they probably, because of the mass shootings, you know, that's been going on. And so they feel like that if everyone has a gun, then when the mass shooter was to come in to shoot, then it'd have been like one against how many people that have guns. I maybe I could be wrong, but you know, that's what I would see where they going with it. And then also too, you gotta think about how many people that didn't give a damn about that carry it, the training, they still walked around with guns you didn't know, you know.
Yeah, I'm trying to, let's see.
So
looking at this article right now, it says, I don't know how true this is, but this comes from the Texas Tribune. Hope I pronounced that word correctly. Tribune. It says 666 new Texas laws go into effect September 1st. Here are some that might affect you. 666 new. I'm gonna need some extra time to sit back and read through all of this because I'm like, what if you do something that you don't know nothing about? It said, okay, like one of these medical marijuana expansion, reducing barriers to SNAP, funding the 1836 project, social studies curriculum changes. Like, God dog, come on now, Star Spangled Banner Protection Act. It's so many laws, and that's why I'm like, man, it's getting crazy over here, man. It really is.
Yeah,
it really is.
I feel like that this is revenge season for the Republicans. Like, oh, okay, we see how y'all did us in November. This revenge season.
Oh, y'all want to do that? Okay, I got you.
That's what it feels like.
What was the time a day on Sundays where you can purchase alcohol? Because I heard that the time changed. Like
It's till, and if I'm watching, I don't know this exactly, but I heard on Sundays like you can't purchase. No, see, I used to work at Kroger's. That's what it was. At Kroger's, you couldn't purchase anything with after 12.
Yeah, no beer, no beer after 12.
Yeah, I think they changed that as well too. So
yeah, they also, I know they because of the pandemic and they had the where the restaurants can sell to-go drinks and stuff like that. You can buy drinks to go. I know they changed that law.
People happy about that.
Yeah, maybe a little too happy. So y'all be safe on the roads.
Please be safe.
And it's Labor Day weekend.
Please be safe. I'm going to work and back home. Y'all,
I'm gonna be at home. I'm going to be at the house. After 5, I'm gonna be at home.
Yeah, man. If I barbecue, if I get on the pit, that's my decision. If not, don't ask me to come over to barbecue at your house. Don't y'all hate that? I'm sorry. Do y'all hate it when people say, "Yeah, man, we're gonna barbecue. All right, come on over and then get on the pit for us." You invited me to your spot. I don't know. Maybe that's just my. I don't know.
Watch that pit for me right quick. Watch the pit.
Yeah, he said he gonna hook the ribs up when he get over here. You gonna do them ribs?
I don't have that kind of problem because I don't barbecue. I just show up. I just pull up.
Hey, that's me from now on. I retired. Got time to be hot. Be sitting over that pit and fire and get all hot. So, anyways, with that being said, y'all please be safe out there. All these new laws have been passed. Check the penal code. Check the Texas Tribune. Do your research because you won't do nothing silly or something that you've been doing and wind up getting hold up and getting thrown in prison or paying a hefty fine. Oh, one of them that I did approve of, if you are to steal, well, that's if you can find out proof of who the person does it. When you get deliveries dropped off on your front porch and they catch your ass, you getting fined for, I think it's a hefty fine, a real hefty. So a few people that like to steal people's stuff off their doorstep, you might want to look into that. Because I'm telling you right now, holiday season come around, and that's your ass. I'm sorry, I had to get closer to the camera right there. I'm sorry. Stay off my porch.
Stay off my porch.
Get on off my porch, youngin. with the lip,
what?
With the quivering lip of the old school. Get off my porch, boy. Told you, young. Stay off my porch. Oh my God. So moving on into other news. So I'm gonna get into sports real quick. So y'all see who's replacing Max Kellerman. Thank you, Max, for all you have done for the 5 years and beyond on ESPN with Stephen A. Smith. Your arguments are hilarious with Stephen A. and Molly. But y'all saw who replacing him, right? I think it's just for Mondays. Yeah.
It's your boy, the cowboy that talks a lot. Deion yin to his yang. Deion Sanders yin to his yang. None other than Michael Irvin. One of the few Cowboys I do like. This is the only time I'll big up the Cowboys.
Michael Irvin is going to be on First Take.
Yeah.
With Stephen A. Smith, and Stephen A. Smith hate the Cowboys. Shout out to Stephen A. Smith because he is still a fan.
Yeah.
But that ain't going to work.
I see it as them trying to counter the Skip and Shannon dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
Nah. Undisputed is undisputed. Sorry.
Yeah.
Cause they killing them. Cause Undisputed, like I haven't watched First Take in a long time, but I watch more Undisputed than anything.
Bro, I only watch First Take whenever Undisputed is on vacation.
Man, that's just they have to find somebody, and Michael Irvin is that type of dude where he can. I'm sorry.
I agree with Mike. I don't think it's gonna work because they both are Stephen A. and Michael Irvin are both like dynamic personalities.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas, as on Undisputed, Skip is kind of the cool, calm one, and Shannon's the
Shannon is the one that he's over the top.
Right.
And I like it because Skip don't try to be over the top like him.
Right.
Skip, he comes in, it's a balance. Because Shannon comes in and he just goes straight to the obvious. Then Skip, whenever he's doing his debate, he goes back. Then he talks about he does that all the time. Like he goes back from all these many years to talk about the now with whatever's going on, with whatever quarterback, this and that. And
they give us just enough ignorant with Shannon. He had the Swisher Sweet and the Hennessy bottle and the goat man. I'm like, it's gonna be a good day.
Dude brought a doggone goat on set. Or they gave it to him. And I was like, what are you doing, man? Yeah, so Michael Irvin, I remember that last time I saw him. I know that was a couple years ago, but Michael Irvin was talking. Everyone said, why am I sweating? I'm like, why are you sweating, bro? Like, he just got up, he started, doing his Michael Irvin thing. And they're like, dude, why are you sweating so hard right now, man? So we'll see how it goes. I don't know how long it's going to last.
I like Dion for that. Dion for that was, because Dion, he does have a personality, but it doesn't. Because he's it's prime, it's prime time, He got his own little show, but he got that. He's a coach now, so.
Yeah, did you hear about his team at Michael Strahan bought his team new, I guess he requires his team to wear suits game day. So he bought his team game day suits.
That's what's up.
Yeah, he bought his team game day suits. So
that's what's up. I like that.
And I like that he's coaching at HBCU. I went to HBCU myself, the Texas Southern University.
Already. Oh, yeah.
We'll talk about that later in the show.
Yes, indeed. Man, so we'll see how this whole thing goes, man. So, man, in other sports news, Ben Simmons, that boy said he wants out of Philly. He said he don't want no more part of it. Send me anywhere except for Philly. So they say he's working on his 3-point shot.
The Philly fans are ruthless. Like I seen a clip, and the news report. The news report was like, in other news, Ben Simmons says it was a video of him making a hasty move out of the city, getting out of the Philadelphia. Says he don't want to play with him anymore. They showed the video. Here it is right now. And it's a clip of a trash dumpster going down a river.
Oh,
I was like, oh, that's
bro.
cool.
I seen that this morning. I'm like, what?
Wait, they so chill, man. They ruthless around here.
It's called Good Day Philadelphia. Yeah,
they ruthless.
That was the name of the show. Yeah. And
I was like, wow.
Trash dumpster going down because they getting hit by Hurricane Ida with the floods, and it shows. Yeah, that was funny.
Dude, no chill whatsoever. I don't know who's gonna get them. I mean, it's whenever that happens, and it's about to, like what the season. Well, they still got time, of course, but I mean. That's probably why he was playing the way he was playing, or I don't know. I don't want to make excuses for the man. He does what he does. He did what he did. He went out of there. I don't know what team is going to trade everything to get him, but I keep looking at how history repeats itself. When you trade, we asked for a trade this late in the season, getting ready to start. It's not going to end well for you. You just pretty much you're coming through your team to take a sip of coffee. And then you go on to the next one.
That's something so like a purgatory somewhere. What's it, like one of them teams that ain't gonna have no chance? Like what's a team that's just we just know it's not gonna go nowhere. There's always at the bottom. They don't even make the top 8 in the seeding on the conference. Send them somewhere like.
Can't say the Bobcats, not Bobcats.
Can't say Charlotte no more. It used to be Charlotte.
Can't say Charlotte. It used to be Charlotte. Can't say
the
Charlotte.
Wizards. The Wizards, they don't ever go nowhere.
Yeah.
You could probably get him to the Wizards. You probably can.
Give him to the Wizards.
Him and Bradley Beal could probably do. I don't know, man. So I don't know, man. I don't know, man. But
Cleveland. Cleveland is another one now.
Probably go to Cleveland.
Yeah, go to Cleveland. But don't be surprised that he might go play with LeBron.
I mean, everybody named Mama playing with LeBron.
DeAndre Jordan just got about to get released, and after he clears his waivers with Detroit, he's going to go to the Lakers from what the rumors are saying. So I don't know. LeBron and them over there, they stack right now.
Yeah, man. It's just like they took the 2K game and just like create a team.
Yep.
Rondo and LeBron and Melo and it's like it's not even right.
Yeah, so I don't know where Ben Simmons gonna go. Good. Before I forget, shout out to LaMarcus Aldridge because he got cleared off from, we talked about that a little bit last year. He was having problems with his heart. Doctors cleared him, so he's going back to Brooklyn. So I think he signed like a 1-year deal. So we'll keep an eye on that.
It's gonna be the battle of the super teams next year.
Yeah, pretty much. That's how it is, man. So
well, LeBron will be in the finals again.
They're gonna say automatic.
Automatically, he's gonna be on the finals again.
Yeah. So I'm just looking forward to see what the Rockets do because it's like they just ball. You're not playing for nothing. I mean, just let's see what happens.
There's no expectations. So surprise us. Yeah, go ahead and get that championship.
Hey man.
Ooh, wouldn't that be nice, huh?
I know, right?
That's out of the blue.
I think we've been through enough as Rockets fans,
Yeah.
No, we've been through enough as Houston fans. Well, Rockets, they really didn't hurt my feelings too much because I saw it coming.
It was good while James Harden was here. We just never got there. Texans that's a whole nother story.
Oh my goodness. So
while I'm thinking about it, speaking of the Texans, right? Not to cut you off.
Good.
So Cam Newton was released out there at the Patriots.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they released him, and rumor has it that the Texans may be a good landing spot for him.
I'm not laughing that he got cut because I am a Cam Newton fan. I mess with Cam Newton. I was rooting for him in his first year, and I still believe Cam Newton got a lot of football left.
Mm-hmm.
But undisputed, they say, can you imagine Cam Newton playing for the Texans? That's a horrible team. Yeah, let him play for.
Don't say it like that.
Yeah, he said, have him play for. You don't want to see Cam Newton as a Texan. And then Shannon, and then Skip Bayless was like, "No, you do not." But
as a Houston fan, we reaching for anything right now.
Man,
I doubt it. I doubt that he's going to do it. I think Dallas should have got. If Dallas should have got it because they're going through quarterback problems. Because Dak hasn't played in like 11 months.
That is true.
And they got. But I don't know. I just hope Cam do get picked up by someone. But it looks like it's gonna be probably mid-season when somebody get hurt.
Somebody gonna pick him up. But don't he got to go through? He didn't get the COVID shot, right? Is that what it is?
He didn't get vaccinated.
Yeah, he didn't get vaccinated.
That's the thing, bro.
Yeah. We're gonna see a lot more players do that, I think.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
The way how things are set up, you got to get vaccinated in order to play. Because these teams are not. You're not gonna blow their whole season up. One person is not gonna blow it up, and I think that's part of the reason why he probably lost his job.
Yeah, it is. I think from what I've been told, what I've seen. So yeah, come on, Cam. Come on.
That'd be crazy to see Cam. In the Houston jersey.
That would be.
That would boost. That give the Texans a boost.
It would. It would.
And then I'll probably give them some more leeway to not be hard pressed about getting a situation together with Deshaun.
True.
Because they still ain't what they's gonna do with him.
The boy just chilling. They real quiet about that now.
Yeah, they quiet big time.
When they quiet, that means deals are being made.
Yes.
They say Miami.
Which makes if they trade him back to Miami, then that Texans is gonna look stupid again because we've gone with how many years without a draft pick in the first and second round? Because I was to get Deshaun in the first place.
Yeah.
Only for them to end up pretty much getting that same amount of picks back, sending Deshaun over. It's just whatever.
Well, Chris, how can you look now?
Oh man.
Blame it all on Bill O'Brien. Like the dude that cut my hair, shout out to Arch. He say, man, Bill O'Brien should be brought up on charges.
He really should.
Yeah.
He really should.
This is depressing to talk about. Let's move on.
Oh man. All right, y'all. We're about to get into the critics corner real quick. So I want y'all to stay locked in and stay tuned. We're gonna talk about some Marvel news. We're gonna talk about I don't want to say that man too many times. We're gonna talk about Sherman, C-Man, Candyman. That's the only time I'm saying. Because Mike finally got a chance to watch it. We ain't talk about too much about it. We're gonna dig into that. And Shang-Chi. Did you see it? Did you not see it? We're gonna talk about that. Everybody likes kung fu fights. What was that off of Major Payne? Got to maintain discipline, and he just did the little kung fu. I'm sorry, I'm having a moment. Besides all that, we'll talk about some music at the Critics Corner. Stay locked in. All right, y'all, we here at the Critics Corner where we talk about film, we talk about music, we talk about a lot of stuff, and we about to get into it real quick, see what y'all been watching in the movie theaters, all on the big screen or on the small screen. If you do want to do a more in-depth talk with us, go on the Joffrey's VIP room. We just discuss about movies like this, talk about little this, little bit of that. So come on down, Joffrey's VIP room. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Just like you're gonna like, comment, share, and subscribe on the Just Acting Up show,
AKA the Boom Boom Room.
The Boom Boom Room. We got Joffrey's VIP room, and then we got the Boom Boom Room, Just Acting Up show. We right next door to each other. So go ahead, slide on back. Just come on. It's free.
Free 99.
Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button.
Yeah.
Right
Wow.
Right there at the bottom.
They right there.
It's right there at the bottom.
It's simple and easy.
It don't cost you nothing.
I don't know. My friend asked me, well, how much it costs to watch your show? Girl, nothing.
I'm gonna hook you up. Special deal. Free. Free 99. Just because I know you. Just because I know you and I like you.
That's today's price.
Oh my goodness. So let's get into this real quick. So we're gonna talk. Let's jump into the C-Man real quick, and then we're gonna get into other stuff. So Mike,
say the man's name.
I don't want to say the name.
Just say the man's name.
And the man. What you thought about him, Mike?
I honestly, well, first of all, I had to get all of the shock and all of the fandom out of me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to go see it a second time to get the critic side of the movie. But as I watched it, bro, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. Now, it wasn't scary. Yeah. I would say that. And this is going to be a spoiler alert for the people that didn't see it, but I'm pretty sure everybody got to see it. If not, then fucking well. Because it's number one right now. So it's like, come on, man. But at the end of the day, it did pretty good. And Nia DaCosta did a great job. Monkey Paw Production did a great job. The music in it will keep you going. One thing I have noticed about anything that with Jordan Peele, the music sets the tone. Like it is that it makes it that much creepier. But like I say, it's not scary. It's not a scary movie, but it has a very compelling message in the movie. You've seen it, James.
Yeah.
You haven't seen it, so this will be a spoiler alert for you. But it's still a good movie to see. I believe that they should have had elaborated more on gentrification of the neighborhoods. The white people build the hoods, then take the hood away from the black people, and then just to move back into the hoods and build it up. So I believe that they should have elaborated more on that because how it affect the community. And then they took a big part. They missed an opportunity when it came down to elaborate with Brianna's father. They never said anything on why her father killed himself. You remember the brother had came in and said those paintings is up for sale, they in storage, this and that and the third. And she was like, I don't care about that. You know, basically they was brushing it off, and I'm just quoting. I'm not saying exactly what she said, but she was basically didn't care. And then the brother was like, well, we need to find out, you know, what we're gonna do with these paintings, because these paintings is the reason why he's dead. But why? You know, why did he kill himself? So I believe that they should have elaborated more. Maybe they're gonna save it for the sequel. Yeah. But it started off when they showed Sherman as the Candyman. I was bitter disappointed. I was like, oh, so they're not gonna go back to the old Candyman. They're gonna start with their new version of Candyman. But it had made it to the middle towards the end. That's when they brought in God, I was saying his name but getting ready for the host, the show, Daniel Robitaille. Yeah, Daniel Robitaille, which is played by Tony Todd, is the original Candyman. So they broke it down to all of these Candymans is the Hive, but the first one was Daniel Robitaille. And I stayed to see the critics, the critics at the end, and it was like, whoa, like it all comes in full circle. Like they took a whole twist of it. I know it's a lot to explain. I know I keep rambling on because I've been wanting to share my point of it, but I believe that the Candyman, the whole direction of it was going to be a little bit different until after the George Floyd. That's just my opinion. Maybe it was going to be the same direction, but it was like it went a little bit different way. Like when the whole meaning of say my name, remember me, and this and that and the third, it hits different than it hit in '92. True. Version of Candyman. So, like I said, man, it's a good movie. It's a great movie. It's a good movie to watch for the culture. It has its moments where it's like, whoa, that's kind of creepy. It's not too scary. Then they had like those little moments where it's like, oh, they could have did better on that part or that part. But all in all, man, it's a great movie. You know, and it makes white people, less melanated white people uncomfortable.
Yes, it does. The cops and the less melanated, all that, the ones that's not doing the right thing. So.
Yeah. And if you notice, all the people that died was white people that died. He only killed like two people, two black people.
That's that. Yeah, but it was. I thought it was a good film, man. I guess, like you said, I felt the same way that it wasn't scary. But I mean, I'm pretty sure if you stand in front of them, you'd be scared of shit. But I was telling one of my friends that, you know, the Tony Todd version, he had this black trench coat, and you didn't see him until like the 25th, 30-minute mark in the film, and that build up for him to, you know, come out and you see him. That it just like it made it really, you know, draw you into that, and it really draws you in. And with this version, he has this loud yellowish honey, I guess, coat. Yeah. The mind is more afraid of dark colors than bright colors, if that makes sense. And then what the movie was missing, of course, you know, Tony Todd's voice from the very first one, he doing the narration, that creeps you out. Right. The guy in this one, he doesn't talk because I think something probably was wrong with him. He had an accident, whatever. He doesn't talk, and he had a little hook for a hand that's not cutting people. But prosthetic hook. There you go. And I guess the way he would communicate with people to show that he's friendly, he'll offer them some candy. And then, you know, the whole little stick about the police beating them down, and then, you know, the whole little process happens and whatever. And I think that last act went too quick. And after that, it was like boom. But it was still a good film. I still enjoyed it. There's a message sent in it. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. A lot of people online are bashing it, saying it's trash. That movie's not trash.
No, it's not.
We seen trash.
Yeah, no.
We seen it.
No. For me to go back, I'm going Monday to see it again with me and my wife. We're gonna see it. It'd be my second time. It'd be her first time. But I mean, it's not. It's really not. And like I said, I love the direction that they went because they elaborated more. Because in '92, they mentioned what happened to Daniel Robitaille, but they never just like went into details about it. And then until the second one, then that's when you find out that it was a child that was born and this and that and the third. But, you know, they just kept that race theme of it, you know, like, oh, we're going to put this out and then we're going to take it back. Now, with this version, they kept it on there. They kept all foot on the gas on that. And honestly, that's where it was supposed to be. Like, we're not just going to skip over this. And then, you know, when at the end, like I told my wife years ago about everything, you know, you got to think about it. Racism and hate crimes and injustice has been going on for years. The only thing that's new is the technology, the cell phones, the body cams, and catching these acts. You understand? So just imagine all of the things that we don't know about to this day. You know, we know about the Emmett Tills, we know about that, but anything like between what happened to Emmett Till or before Emmett Till, we don't know. We don't know what happened to these people. There probably are families right now that still to this day is speculating what happened to great, but they don't know, you know, what he just all of a sudden he ended up missing. He went down to a city. You hear the stories. So the one thing that I like how they did it to us, the end with the credits, is that they showed these actual events happening during the paper maches, and it makes you research like, wow, that happened, because you just didn't know. And that's what the whole thing was, to tell my story. When Tony Todd came out and said, tell my story, you know, because the Candyman story wasn't told. They didn't know it until he stumbled upon it, and then his story was told. So I thought that was very ingenious of Monkey Paw to go that route with it. And like I said, it's a good movie.
Yeah, man. Had some funny moments too. Got me cracking up. So oh man. That one scene with the 5 little girls up in the school, they're about to say his name, and then the mirrors just broke down. So pretty much, Chris, what happened is that, you know, 5 girls, you saw it from the trailer. 5 girls is in the bathroom.
Oh, that trailer.
Yeah, and it was all, you know, Caucasian girls. But it was an Asian girl in there too. And so they all still right there, they said Candyman. And right when they did that, boom, the windows behind them dropped. And, you know, a little couple of B or 2 came in. They about to say it again, Candy. And the Asian girl just started off. She said, fuck this. I'm going.
She was out of there.
She said, nah, I ain't doing this, man. So
she was out of there. And did you catch that Easter egg when Brianna went to the laundromat and she opened up that door and she saw that it led downstairs to the basement, and she said, nope, and closed.
Yeah, that's right.
Jordan Peele's next movie is called Nope.
Yep. That is funny, man.
Now, I did see a Instagram parody where they said the easiest way to end a relationship, and he was in the restroom with his girl, and then he said, Candyman, and then closed the door, and then the lights start flickering. She was like, she couldn't get out.
We not playing with that stuff, man.
Yeah.
Like you try to get rid of it, fellas, before it get cold. Go ahead, do that. Man.
And that main character, he was, they written him right, because he was an artist, so he was very curious. Yeah. So whenever the brother had told him the story, what he go do? He went all the way to Cabrini Green, the abandoned projects, to go find out what's going on, and he got bit by the bee, and then he got the story from the old man. Then what he go do after that? He go say his name 5 times. I'm like, they wrote him in right, because he was me. I tell that brother, hey man, stop that.
That mama say.
That mama say,
don't say that right.
Don't even say that around here. No, I'm gonna have to escort you and your boyfriend. Y'all gonna have to leave my house.
Straight up, man. Yeah, y'all go check that out. So moving on to the other movie news. So Shang-Chi came out, and I watched it. I know y'all haven't seen it yet.
Next week.
You gonna see that next week?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, gotta watch it in RPX.
Yeah, that's what I would go. Yeah, I saw it in RPX, bro.
Disney Plus.
What's on Disney Plus?
90 days.
Mike said,
I gotta wait 90 days. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't think that this is the one. Even my wife was like, she looked at it, she was like,
It's all good, man.
And if the missus say,
No worries, man. Let me see. How can I put it? So what Dragon Ball Evolution should have been is this. Like, when you go back and like, I'm like, why did y'all make this damn movie? Why did y'all do this to my child? Like, why? But the movie, like, even though I don't know too much about this Marvel character, but of course, you can go on YouTube, find out history about him. I knew a little bit of him when I got into my comic book phase. But it's good. But what Dragon Ball should have been, this is it. From like they start the action off like I think 10, 15 minutes into the film.
Mm-hmm.
And then they set it up right. It doesn't quite feel like his origin story. It feels it's and they tell they go do little flashbacks when he was a kid, his sister was a kid or whatever. But it just didn't feel like an origin story to me. Or they just found the right way to set up these first films for these heroes to where it feels if like you're not going through the whole, horrible past and of course some things happen to, the characters. But it felt like they set it up right and better. The fighting was top notch. It was great. The CGI was good. I do feel like probably over time, when we, when they make advanced CGI, maybe it might not hold up. I'm not saying they look corny or cheesy at all.
Yeah.
But it still looked good. Everything looked good. Everything popped. It was a good movie. So of course there are two.
It's supposed to be the first of the new batch of Avengers, right? First.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. That new. Yeah. So I'm excited to see. I love everything Marvel.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm sure in about 5-10 years we'll be like, oh, is that how it all goes together?
Yeah.
I love Marvel too. I have my reserves, maybe because I'm not a big karate movie fan. I don't like karate movies. I know it's something wrong with me. I don't like crawfish neither, or shrimp. So
hey, shout out to brother Jesse. I took Taekwondo off of Homestead and Tidwell. I was all into it. Everything.
I like Bruce Lee, and I like Drunken Master by Jackie Chan. I say that's pretty much about it. But the IP Man and all that, I can't watch.
Hey, IP Man is good.
Oh, Ip Man? Oh yeah, bro. Yeah, man. This is some good stuff, man. Boy, Ip Man beat people up for rice. My bad.
So whenever I see this karate, it's like a karate movie. I ain't gonna watch it. But I would do my service to go watch, because I am on a platform where we do anything here. You have to watch it. You can't be objective to say it suck or nothing. I'm not saying it suck. I'm just saying that I'm not a karate. What's all?
That's all an action movie needs. It's not an action movie unless you have some karate in there.
And it's crazy because they got fight choreographers that are actually like they teach us that. They in it. So if I can watch John Wick is almost the same thing, except John Wick don't do no kicking and punching. He just going, bow.
Like, boy, John Wick ain't playing. He's just shooting people. So
I'll check it out. I'm gonna check it out, and then I'll come back with my review next week.
Yeah, man. Make Dragonfly Jones proud, man. Make Black Dynamite proud, man.
I will.
And Bruce Leroy.
But I'm on my candy, man. I'm doing it for the culture.
Do it for the culture.
I'm doing it for the culture today.
Shogun, show enough. Please. I'm not my bad, bro.
What's my name? Show enough.
And I like that too. What was that? Into the Dragon?
The Last Dragon.
The Last Dragon. Yeah.
Yeah, Mike. Tell him bow down, kiss your Converse, homie.
Yeah, man.
Get into the Last Dragon. Shang-Chi. Y'all check it out. So, in other news, music, man, before we get into the other, of the two CDs, the two music artists that came out with their music over the past couple of weeks, we didn't get a chance to talk about Aaliyah. her uncle released her music last week as well. So check out Aaliyah, 1 million. It's out now. It's the top it's on the billboards now as well. So so check that out, man. Yeah, for all you Aaliyah fans out there. We ain't gonna worry about R. Kelly. We ain't gonna give him no energy because he going through what he going through. So
right.
It's R. Kelly's. So, but moving on. So the Donda album and Drake's album is out. I haven't listened to all of it. What's that, Chris?
No, he named the album Certified Lover Boy.
Certified Lover Boy.
Mm-hmm. I listen to both. What
you think?
All the way through. I like both of them. It's hard to say which one is better than the other, but I will say this: Donda gives you that church vibe. It's like, we made fun of Kirk Franklin with the Gangster Disciples, but it's like Kanye West took it there. I can't even remember any cuss words being even said on the song, but it makes you feel good. He has a lot to say. He has speeches, with his mom. I don't know if that is his actual mom's voice, but it's pretty good. It's a pretty good album. I'm not gonna lie. And then Drake's album is like, come on, man, that's Drake. Bro.
Favorite song on that album, of course, because I'm a proud HBCU alumnus. TSU.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out One Time for the One Time.
Yeah.
He had another song on there. He sampled that Pimp C record. Was it Knock
It Too Deep?
Yeah.
But I like how he went to different regions, so he has a different feel in different parts of the album. So like he goes up to Tennessee and in the Memphis areas with that sound with Project Pat and Juicy J.
Nice.
Right.
He even hit the islands a little bit, I think, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Then he did his classic, Drake freestyling the whole beat. He put Future on there twice. One of them songs is buzzing right now. I ain't gonna lie. When I first heard it, I'm like, whoo, it go hard, man. That right there, that's a banger. But when I saw the track list, I saw TSU. I'm like, oh yeah, he hits the point. I remember back when we used to feel like Southside just gets all the credit for everything, but he mentioned the Northside on there too. So it was like,
shout it out. Fifth Ward.
Yeah, Fifth Ward. Yeah, Drake covers. I'm gonna salute to that man because he covers the whole Harris County. He just he don't stay over there on the south side. He just all Drake just shouting out the south side. Now he covers the whole Harris County.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to them Fifth Ward strangers.
I even heard him mention Willowbrook.
What?
Willowbrook.
He be in Houston heavy.
Yeah,
I'll be surprised if he pops up this weekend.
Yeah, Katie. I heard him mention Katie on the song. So he knows the blueprint of Houston. He knows the whole layout. But shout out to Drake. I always repping AH. But yeah, I like the Drake album. I can't say which ones is better. I just can't. I can't go that route right now.
I would say that I'm gonna need him to. I know he won't do it, but I need him to retract his statement about who is. He said Travis Scott. We was talking about that.
Hometown hero.
Yeah, like that's straight the truth on me.
That's who I thought he was. I'm not gonna lie. That's who I thought that he put on there. I'm like, oh, he got Trey the Truth.
Yeah.
But then I was reading the comments and it was Travis Scott. But Travis Scott is not known the hometown hero.
Nah, I mean we like Travis, but I mean Trey is the one.
Trey is named that the
Yeah.
I don't know what's Travis Scott nickname. I don't know. Because he went straight nicknames. Like for Atlanta, he put Slime, Savage, and Baby.
Gotcha.
So we knew who that was. Then for Lil Durk, he put Lil Smirk. So we knew who that was. And then for Miami, the biggest boss. Then for New York, the GOAT, which was Jay-Z.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what's his nickname. The promotion was absolutely amazing.
Man, everybody is
shit. For both sides, bro. They had billboards for Donda in Toronto. And then he had for every hometown these rappers, for every city, he had even in Nigeria, like billboards in Nigeria, like, hey, we got so-and-so, you know. So yeah, shout out to Drake and Kanye for their promotion tools, because they did that, bro.
Yeah, man. I know people online hating on they liking Drake more than Kanye. They said they pretty much saying that his album is trash. I listened to about 10 songs on Kanye so far, and I was like, this is considered trash. I mean, I didn't really focus on like how I normally would do it. I did half of Drake's and I guess half of Kanye's. I know I still got more songs I get to, but I was like, maybe I'm that young man that's out of touch with some things. I was like, that actually sounds good to me. So far.
We're in a society where they put competition in everything. It just, sometimes it's like, just let it be good music. Just we all winning as fans, right?
Yeah.
So, but everybody want to put everybody against each other, whatever.
Well, they actually are beefing.
Yeah.
They actually are beefing.
True.
But
I'm just saying musically.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We are the fans and we winning. Because I said that last night when I was listening to Kanye. I'm like, damn, Kanye album go hard. Drake's album go hard. So it's like, man, we winning at the end of the day.
Right.
We got some good music. Not to say that music before, because Lil Baby been holding it down. And Lil Durk been holding it down. But it's like they had these two pioneers out. It's like, man, that's what's up. It's like Michael Jackson and Prince. They just dropped the album. Like, goddamn, but I like the way how Universal did Kanye. They didn't want no smoke. No, we're gonna drop this right now.
They weren't getting no money, because they make money off the album, and he having listening parties selling out. He making that money.
Yeah, exactly.
You watch making the money. We want to make some money too.
Like, man, we with you, man. We with you.
Like, come on, man. You want Drake? What? Because this album was supposed to drop on the 5th.
I think so.
Yeah.
The original day Kanye's was supposed to drop on the 5th.
I think so. Yeah.
And Drake's album was dropping on the 3rd. Like, come on, bro.
I bet Kanye's probably like, I'm gonna do another listening party, and they was like, "Nah, come on, man."
He say, "Universal dropped my album without my permission."
Especially with all the buzz that was going around it, he took Jay-Z off. He didn't put Jay-Z on. It was like, man, that album had a lot of buzz going into it. So
yeah, it did.
They wanted to capitalize off that.
Exactly. I saw a meme where they showed Thanos at the end of the Avengers 2. When he grabbed the gauntlet and they said, "This is Universal with Kanye's album." And then when Thanos grabbed the gauntlet, he said, "Fine, I just do it myself."
Oh my gosh.
Like I said, we're all winning at the end of the day.
Pretty much.
Agreed.
All right, y'all. We got somebody coming through in the spotlight interview. Like I said earlier, we're gonna get some motivation, some inspiration through the nation. There's a whole lot of words that end with TION at the end of it. So y'all stay locked in. Just Acting Up Show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Just Acting Up Show. We have a special guest. I gotta say thank you so much to this queen for getting up early in the morning. Lady GiGi, welcome to the show. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I am honored.
We're 4 o'clock this morning.
Yes, thank you for 4 o'clock.
Thank you, Lexa.
I think Jesus just amen does, but okay.
Oh my goodness. We are honored. We are thankful and grateful for you just, stopping by and just, and just talking to us. We see everything that you've been doing with motivational speeches and trust me, there was one morning while I was just going through it and I was just looking through my phone and I saw like, oh, what you posted? And it was something motivational. And it just made my whole day better. It really did. And we appreciate you for that.
That touches me now. That really does. Because actually, a lot of times when it comes to the inspirational posts, they are truly off the cuff. It's not like I wake up and say, today I'm going to talk about this, or today I'm going to say this. It's something that just really comes to you. And I definitely went through a period where I would say, now, am I really supposed to be saying that? Is that you talking? You know, is that really something God laid in your spirit, or that's just GiGi talking? And I got to a point where I started feeling, or I still feel, as long as one person ever tells me that what you said did something for me, then it was worth it. You know, it's not like looking to see like how many views was it. I look to see if anybody said that's what I needed today.
Wow.
Then it lets me feel like, okay, then it's not you. You're not operating in you.
Yeah.
That's what I don't want to do.
Yeah.
I don't want to be operating in me. I want to be doing it definitely for everybody else out there.
Yeah.
I love that.
I remember when I first came across your page, that was one of the first things I seen. You was like, look at me. I look at the sky. Now look at me.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. When I say
seriously, had just went out there to water the plants, and I was just like, man, it's a beautiful day, you know. And it's just like, see, you know, because maybe where somebody else, you know, they didn't have any plants to go out there and water. They didn't have a reason to step outside today, you know, but for some reason we would get on our phone, we would get on our social media. So if that's how you know, reach people, if that's the device, the tool, whatever you had, then it's like, okay, I'm gonna use this. Somebody gonna see it's a beautiful day out here, you know. You know.
Gotcha.
And
so that's cool.
Yeah.
so. Oh, go ahead, Jen.
Oh no, I was gonna say that's beautiful that, you know, you do that as well, and you grab, you know, like you grabbing nature and like how the spirit just hits you, and you just like you speaking it from the heart. And I love that you do it, like, because like you were saying, it just sometimes, you know, the Lord just working with you, and that spirit just hits you. You just like, I just want to share that little bit of it, and I love that.
And I feel uncomfortable if I don't do it now, because now that, you know, people are paying attention. It's like I used to be in the classroom with children, and it's like, seriously, when you know those kids are sitting there and they're looking at you like this, you know, like, teach me something, I like you, you know, then it becomes an obligation almost in your heart. Like, I can just walk in this classroom and not be prepared for these babies. You know, they're coming in here like, hey, Miss Gonzalez, hey, yeah, bye, mama, you know. So they're coming in with this excitement today. You know, it's like, I want to learn, I want to be here. So it's like, now you feel like, well, if these little bitty ones can come in here and they can act hungry, you know, I can come in here acting like I'm ready to feed them. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Perfect sense.
Absolutely.
So, let me ask, how was it going from like when you started to notice that a lot of people started following you and you gaining more and more followers? How was that transition? You were like, wait, look up, all these people like just watching my post and watching what I'm doing.
I will tell you, probably the first 14 days were a little weird. That's a little weird, a lot of weird. Because first of all, I found out about the viral video from someone who used to be, I have been children's director at a couple of different churches, or the older church. She had been one of the teachers. Hadn't heard from her in a couple of years, and she texted me, she goes, Miss GiGi, you know, you're going viral on Twitter. Well, number one, I go, I'm not sure how that's possible, dear. I have not posted anything on Twitter. She goes, well, you're going viral on Twitter. And I said, oh, send it to me, because I don't know what you're talking about. So literally, that's what it was for about the first couple of weeks. It was people texting me to go, do you know Snoop Dogg just reposted? What? Do you know Lizzo did what? You know, it was just like, so it really was this like, me? You know, and I don't know if everybody goes through that, but you do. You kind of feel like, wait, they read something I wrote, they reposted something. So it is surreal that many people. My oldest daughter, she was, I think it was something that hit, on the TikTok creator account, that's what it was. I was looking at the analytics, trying to figure out how all this stuff works now, paying attention. And it said something about I'd had 3 million views. That's just across all my posts. And she goes, Mom, can you imagine that 3 million people had noticed you in the last 60 days? I said, do you know, she's out, I don't even know 3,000 people, you know. And when people start to put it to you like that, and you start to notice it like that, it again, like I said, it becomes a little heavy at first. So I went through a very much like, whoa, and then whoa, and now it's kind of leveled out, you know, because I literally had to go to a couple of spiritual people and go, how y'all do this? You know, because people ask you some very deep stuff, you know. Tell me what advice would you give a 27-year-old who hasn't had a relationship work out, you know?
Oh, wow.
You know, what would you tell a person whose child is doing this? You know, well, I really don't think I'll ever find a man. What's your opinion? Baby, I ain't got a man.
Right.
You know, you know, I know they say some who do and those who can't teach. So I guess, okay, I'll teach it then. So I can't, you know, but like I said, it becomes a very heavy responsibility that you don't take for granted. So I'm always quick to say, I'm not a doctor. I don't have any type of degree. I'm talking to you from experience. I'm talking to you from love. And as long as I leave it in that lane, everything feels good. You know, like I said, but right after that whole like, woo, this is exciting, it took a serious turn. Like, this is a responsibility. You know, but this is young people my age. My church asked me to come speak, and I'm like, what? Are there any single pastors going to be there? You know, no. You know, what was a good godly lipstick color? You know, but it I tell you though, all of it put together, the greatest thing about it is feeling like the things that you went through in life, you didn't go through them for nothing. Yeah. Because there were many years where you feel like, why am I having to go through this? You know, why is this not working out? Or when something starts working out, why does it go bad again? Why you keep, you know, when people talk that roller coaster, it's like, can I get off the roller coaster? but
can I take a break, please?
Yeah, you know, I even likened it one time with exercising and being on a treadmill. And it's like, right when you get in that stride, like, okay, I got this 3, what is it, like 3 on the elevation, you know, you pick that number, got your speed, and you're like, this feels good. And somebody just snuck up and just popped it up to 10, and you're like, wait a minute, I was trying to get used to 3, you know, couldn't we have went to 4?
Like,
and then
5 steps.
Yeah.
You know, but you learn life just, it don't work like that. You have to take it the way it's issued to you.
I agree.
Yeah, my favorite video is the one with the mosquitoes.
No, Lady Gigi does some funny.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite one. Yeah. Is the one with the mosquitoes.
You know what?
Yeah.
Yes. And again, that came out of pure. That's what was happening, and it hit me. There's a TikTok related to this, and I went, "Where's that TikTok? Where's that TikTok?" You know, and literally while I'm looking for the TikTok, I'm fighting off these mosquitoes. You know, I got so many suggestions, Michael, of what to do for the mosquitoes. It's like, none. Get a Ziploc bag full of water and put some pennies in. I'm like, really?
Really?
I did not know that.
I didn't either, and I can't even remember. So get yellow cardboard and put it up. They don't like yellow, and I'm like, oh, okay. I got a bag of pennies out there right now. Okay, I'm just saying, you didn't really do that. Maybe, you know, this is 2021. I might have should have upped it to nickels. I don't know.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, that is too hilarious. So, tell me about like, okay, so comedian, actress, mother, grandmother, you have all these, how do you balance all of this and handle your videos and everything? I was curious about that.
Well, one thing, you just mentioned something that I have to tell people that they don't realize. I am not a grandmother.
Okay, go.
I have never been referred to as a grandmother until I did that one TikTok.
Okay,
right
that's why
they beginning, and I saw it, and I lost my teeth at a very early age due to an illness. And I was doing comedy in the theater, doing all that. Said I'm never going out again. Nope, not doing this. I look like an old lady, you know, and you know, God just put that in the comedian side and said, turn it into a character. And so Miss Mary was a character that I did on stage. And people always, this is what I tell people, if my teeth are in, this is Gigi. My teeth are out, that's Miss Mary. you know, but I did that TikTok because it just fit. It just fit with the granny thing. So suddenly I became granny to everybody. And that was something to deal with as well. Because I'm like, I'm not really that old, but you know, I just got an old soul, you know, but it just all ended up working together as far as the comedy has always been the way I coped with life. Even before I was performing on stage, even as a child. I mean, I was very much into my imagination and pretending. I still tell everybody, I dated Michael Jackson and Donny Osmond. They used to fight over me all the time. You know, that's just the way it was in my house in the den by myself. So comedy was just a way of coping. I write as well. I produce, direct, do all that I've come up to do. But the entertainment field, you know, is just something that I think I naturally migrated to because that was a coping mechanism.
Gotcha. I like that. I like that. So with all of that, and I think it's really beautiful that, you know, that you're seeing that, you know, Snoop Dogg and Lizzo and everyone's looking for inspiration, because we're all going through something in life. And you know how it is on social media. You scrolling and you see something crazy. But I think it's the good part about the amazing part of what you do is you have that calming voice. And then you bring us all down from the, you know, the craziness of the world and saying, like, look at this outside, and just like, or turn on this, you know, motivational, this video, or this massage like video to, you know, just let your mind wander and to calm down and, you know, get your spirit right with yourself. And I was like, man, and I actually did that a couple times on one of my days. I was like, I'm at peace right now.
So
and
it worked, didn't it?
Yes, it did. It really, I was like, man, I feel like I'm going to work like
I'm telling you.
So
that only works for me for like 5 minutes.
How you doing?
Yeah,
Happy person here.
That only works for like 5 minutes for me until I actually have to go to work.
But you know what, Michael, that's a good thing that you bring that up, because that's one thing I've also tried to tell people. Sometimes you have to do it every 30 minutes.
Right.
You know, depending on who you are, you might have every 15 minutes. You're like, ooh, I need another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You know, but you know, but literally, it's again, it kind of goes back to almost like exercising. You know, you just can't go to the gym one time and
You're
think,
right.
yeah, I put in 10 minutes, I'm ready. Hey, look at my guns. Like, you ain't got no guns, you ain't got no bullets yet. You know, you're gonna have to keep putting in some work. So that's a very good point, that you have to remind people it's not an automatic cure. You know, it really is just it's like letting the pressure out of a tire. You know, that's just got way too much air in it. And it's like, if I don't release some of this somewhere, I'm going to blow. And depending on who's in my way, you're going to get affected by it. So if I can just take a minute, you know, and go, woosah, you know, before I not only hurt you, I'm hurt myself, you know, and then you having to go back and apologize for this, or, you know, okay, are there any other jobs available? You know, because you done said the wrong thing to the wrong person, and really you just needed a moment, you know, because I have moments. So it's not, I'm not operating out of some unrealistic place. It's like, I still do it. You know, it's like I haven't mastered it. Am I better at it now than I used to be? Yes. But do I still have, yes, I still have moments after those margaritas. You know, one thing alcohol will do for you is what? Give you the ability to tell all the truth. Now, because you can tell the truth, but you know, when you're in that certain space, it's like, you know how to temper yourself. You get either too tired, too liquored up, or too upset, or whatever. And it's like, okay, now let me tell you what I really thought. I gave you the other version, you know, but you have to practice it. You have to practice it. And even if you mess up, you know, you got to be woman enough, man enough to say, you know what, that didn't really come out the way I meant it to. This is what I was really feeling. You know, I had a teenager on a live call one night, and she wanted to know, I just don't understand why my mom hates me, you know, and she does this and she says that. And I thought, guys, it's like, wow, what a great question for somebody to ask me, because I grew up with a mother who hated me. Thing about it was, I also grew up side by side with other classmates who said their parents or mother, fathers, whatever, hated them. The only difference was I was able to see later in life, my mother really did hate me. Those parents were just being parents, and the kid didn't like being parented. And I explained to her, I don't know if your mother hates you or not, because I don't know you personally. But this is what I can tell you is the difference between the two. Because if your parent truly hates you, you're getting beat down, you're getting cussed out, you're getting belittled, you know, you're not being supported, da, 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 da. If your parent is parenting, you're going to look back and say, because they did that, I grew. Because they did that, I was protected. Because they did that, I knew they loved me.
Yeah.
See, but you got to go through that, and you got to have those kind of glasses on. Because if you're a teenager, it's just like, why can't I stay out after 1 o'clock? You know, and I'm in the 9th grade. Oh, you're just mean. You get a little older and you go, oh, bad things happen to, you know, 14-year-olds who are out after midnight. You know, now if it's just like, now me, I never dated, you know, it's like, you can't talk to boys, you can't do this, you can't do that. Then you grow up and you see that was a hindrance. That wasn't a help, because I was a very immature person in relationships. So see, you'll get to a point where you'll be able to figure it out, you know, but I had to just let them know, just don't assume your parents hate you. You know, parents they have to be responsible for you. You know, they can't go letting you go out there and be buck wild, you know. No. You know, so you gotta understand that parenting is not easy.
I wish I had that voice of reasoning when I was a kid. I feel like my mama hated the ground I walked on.
Let me get one of my children in here so you can say that for me, please.
Like, come here, baby. Come here. Let me talk to you.
Tell you, boy.
Michael, say that again one more time.
You're right, though. I can remember like a lot of things I didn't understand when I was younger. Like the older I get and go through more stuff in life, like I understand, okay, that's why, you know, they raised me this way, and that's why this was this way growing up. You know, a lot of stuff we don't understand as a kid. You know, they say just keep living.
That's it, right? Keep living. But now I would be remiss not to add on the other side of that, because I have parents that come on there and they're asking some of the same questions from the parent perspective. And I have to remind them that they're raising children in a different time than what we were raised in. So they have to adjust as well. You know, you can't just up and say no across the board to everything, because whether we want to accept it or not, other children, other people outside the home have a stronger influence than we do, whether we want to admit it or not, because depending on the situation, our kids spend more time with them than they do with us. So you just can't act like that influence doesn't exist and just say, well, don't do what they do. You know, no, you got to sit down and explain why, and or adjust a little bit. Okay, well, you know, trying to tell a girl or boy right now, well, you cannot talk to a boy or girl until you're 17 years old.
Oh, that's not going to work.
That's not going to work today. See, back in those days, you probably met plenty of other girls who were not allowed to talk to boys until they were 17. It was normal. You got little 7-year-olds running around popping, talking about my boyfriend, and they got their iPhone, and you got an iPhone 12 and you're 7? It's like, you're not even 12. That should be a minimum requirement. You cannot have an iPhone 12 if you are not at least 12.
I agree with that. I totally agree.
Yeah.
But we just have to adjust, and we have to learn to listen. That's a big thing I'm hearing when I'm talking or hearing from people. People don't feel like anyone's listening to them. And again, I grew up feeling that way. So as long as you get to my age and you don't forget what it was like, and then you can say, I didn't like the way I felt when that was happening to me. So you just can't be that adult that goes, well, you just do it. You'll understand later. You know, you've got to put a little both in there. You'll understand it better when you're older, but here's some little nuggets that might help you deal with it better today. You remember that movie? Which one was it? Was it Boys in the Hood? When he told him, he said, you just watch and see how things turn out.
Right.
Yeah.
When he told his son that, and that's what a lot of it is. It's like, yeah, but he still let him hang with them. It's just that when you come home, it's like, you went out there and got dirty, and when you come home, I hold you down. You know, I mean, watch all that off of you and then tell you, you know, why I'm doing it this way. So if I can do that for somebody, no matter whether they're, you know, the littles or the olders, you know, I've got people older than me asking me stuff, and I'm like, wait, should I be asking you stuff? Like, you know, I just turned 59. You know, you're like 80.
I think it's because the way you carry yourself and the way, because like I was saying earlier, like people will listen to others that have a calming spirit and a calming voice and the way you carry yourself. And that's what I believe that's what they see with you. And that's what I see with you. Like, I would rather go to the person that's calm and cool and collected to get more advice from than going to that person that's always yelling and snapping and all ah. So I'm like, I think we need more teachers like you back in my time, because my teachers used to get they used to get on me.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. That's a goal. That's a value for me. Yeah, because young people have to feel like, if I can't go tell mama or I can't go tell daddy, you know.
Who can they go tell?
Who they gonna go tell, y'all? Yeah. And then when something happens and then the parent or the adult, whoever it is like, why you didn't tell me? Did you create an environment where they felt safe to tell you?
That's how I am with my son. I'm open to everything. Because I know how it was when I was a kid. You know, my mom, you can talk to her, but it was, you know, it was certain things like, I ain't gonna tell my mama that. Right. Exactly. Like, oh no, I ain't gonna tell her that. So with my son, all I ask him to do is just to be truthful and like stand by. You made a mistake, you tell us, you know. Definitely. Because I know how that feels, bro, in the household where you don't have anyone to talk to.
And I was actually embarrassed, like in my 20s when I went off to college, of all the things I didn't know. And I consider myself very well-rounded for the time period I was in. I mean, I went to private school my entire life. We were kind of Black socialites, you know, so I got teased for being, oh, you go to private school. Oh, you talk like you're white. Oh, so you had that, you know, all my clothes came from Neiman Marcus, blah, 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 you know, all that. But then I went off to college and people are asking me things like, can I be real? Can I be real? People, you've never seen an X-rated movie? What? You know, it was like, what? You know, and it's like, you never dated? Like, no. You've never been to such and such a restaurant? No. But I could tell them like, oh, I know these professional golfers because my dad was a golfer. You know, I knew this person or that person. But in the realm of like, what was that doing for me in my development? Nothing. You know, nothing. So, you know, when I went to college, it was like, I did not go buck wild. I just feel your brains going there. I just feel you thinking.
No, you're fine.
No, I didn't go buck wild, you know.
This is a judge free zone.
Like, what's that? You know, a frat party? Okay. You know, like, what's that? You know, it's like pledging. Okay. You know, and now it's not the same, of course, as it was back in the 80s. Because if I tease the college kids, I know they'll, I pledged little sister. And they're like, oh, what? Like, don't tell nobody that. Like, if you ain't legit, it don't mean nothing. But back in my day, being a little sister meant something. But all right, I guess I'm telling my age a little bit. That's okay.
You good. You
know, but yeah, you got to have a well-rounded.
Yes,
man. As far as your comedy and the acting, is there anything that you have coming up that we should be on the lookout for?
There was, and unfortunately, due to COVID, you know, it just got postponed. I don't even know if we're officially allowed to have they sent us a notice. I guess I won't say what comedy festival that it was, but there was a local large comedy festival that I was going to be a part of for the second time this year, but they have decided because of the COVID rise that we're going to postpone it. So as of anything official on the schedule, no, a lot of unofficial things coming up. Other people have, bless them, invited me to be on their podcast. So I have some of those that need to be scheduled. I've been invited to do a couple of conferences, which I thought was like, really? Yeah. And so I have a women's conference that's coming up hopefully in November that I'll get to be the comedian, you know, for. And so, yeah, just a lot of invites right now, people that, again, are seeing and finding out about, like, we didn't know you did comedy. We just thought you were funny. You know, so it's like, no, baby, I get paid.
Right.
Bring on the checks. No, just kidding. But no, I do really. But but you know, but it's on a very local level. I think I like it, you know, that way. People want to know, like, do you want to go on to do bigger? It's like you never want to put God in a box, you know. So whatever comes. But am I seeking that? No, I think I love the level that it's on now, where you actually get to talk to people who, you know, to them, you're still somebody reachable, you know, and I guess because it's new to me, I feel like the higher you get, sometimes you become unreachable.
Yeah.
And that scares me, you know. It just seems scary that somebody, you know, I need to answer some of these, you know, messages on Instagram. It's like, no, you know, we're on stage, and it's like, oh, okay, but this person really needs me right now. So that just kind of, I'm like there with that. But I do have some plays that I've written that I'm going to be submitting out, that people are like, send them to me. You know, these community theaters are looking for stuff. So I'm definitely going to get back into that. I love rewriting old classic fairy tales, like The Hunchback of Notre Dame and Snow White. I wrote modern day versions of that have been performed on community stages. And again, as people are finding stuff out, they're like, send that to us. You know, it's like, okay, you know, I've written children's books. I do all of that. So it's crazy. You know, I know COVID has done so much bad, you know, in the world. We've lost so many people, but I tell people it's also brought out a lot of positive. You know, people were stuck at home and they had to figure out, like, what am I going to do with my life, you know, while I'm sitting here. And that's where that first one came from. It's like, I know you got books in you that you want to do. I know you got songs. So if we're sitting up here and we can't do anything else, when this, I tell people it's never going to be over. It's just going to become more manageable. So when we get to a more manageable place with all of this, what are you going to be able to say you did with that 12 months, 18 months where you were just sitting up going, I don't want to learn how to make no breadsticks, whatever, you know. Okay, so what do you want to do? You know, so that's where that came from. It's like, figure out then here, literally we were granted a time where it's like, okay, pause. You're always saying you don't have enough time.
No, you do.
And somebody hit the pause button and said, okay, here's time. Now what you gonna do with it? So
I agree.
That was like, okay, search your hearts. What, you know, people are out saying, why don't you do a podcast? I'm like, why don't I do a podcast? So, you know, now you start thinking, you know, what's all out there to do? And I think people just, I don't know. It's just, I guess you're so bogged down with life. That you don't give yourself time to think about what else can I do? Or you see somebody doing it and you think, oh, I'm too old, or I don't have the education for that. But we're living in a world where that doesn't exist anymore. It's like nobody cares whether you finish college anymore. You know, nobody cares whether you have a degree in that, or if you got experience. You can get the experience. Jump on out there and do it. You know, the first time I did comedy, many years ago, and this will someday I hope go down in a fun fact about a book somebody may write about me, who knows. But it was like the first audience I ever had was over 3,000 people. How many people can say the very first time that they step out and do something that was kind of on their bucket list? You know, it's like, you know, I've always wanted to do stand-up. And it's like, we were having a church 25th anniversary, and the pastor decided, let's have one of those Apollo night talent shows, and just let everybody just come do whatever. Everybody's like, go on, Gonzalez, do it, go on. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. You know, so ooh, got out there on the stage, and it was very scary. But during the rehearsals, it was like, literally once I got on stage and started doing it, and I'm hearing people laughing, it's like, this doesn't feel like work. This feels very natural, you know. And then when the show, you know, there's nobody in the audience but the people in the show. And the very first night that we actually did the show, and you look out there and the church is full, you know, and you're like, ooh, this feels different than rehearsal.
Caught that bug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you get out there and you get started, and then you start to realize that it felt okay. It wasn't as scary as I thought it would be. But just imagine if I hadn't done it and had just stayed in the back going, I don't think I can do that, you know. So I think people just sit back and tell themselves they can't do something because it feels uncomfortable. But it's like we were talking about earlier, it's not going to be comfortable until you keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it. And now when people say, how are you able to get on stage? And it's like, because I don't look at it as a stage anymore. And that's just, I'm just out there talking to people. I'm just out there telling them some stories that they go, that didn't really happen. And you go, honey, yes, it did. And letting people know. I've met a lot of people who want to get into comedy. You know,
Right.
I can't do it. I'm like, you don't tell some stories at Thanksgiving that have everybody at the table cracking up.
That's comedy.
That's comedy.
Man, let me tell you about now.
Everybody got an Uncle Leroy. You know?
Uncle Peaches.
Uncle Peaches.
We might need to talk about Uncle Peaches.
I got a Peaches.
I wasn't expecting that one. I wasn't expecting fruit this morning.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Can I ask just one last
Go
question?
ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Okay. Are you from Texas, right? Are you from Texas?
Dallas, Texas, born and raised. Oak
Okay.
Cliff, if you know the hood.
If you know from the from the cliff, huh? All right. Okay. You have any family from Grapeland? I have to ask because I got probably people scattered out, and my daddy was a Rolling Stone. Lord have mercy.
Let's just put it this way: we might need to do a DNA. Okay.
I gotta ask. Like, it's just for some reason that's in me to ask because this lady at the bank was like, "Your last name is Tolliver?" I said, "Yeah." "Do you know such and such, such and such?" I said, "I don't know." "Well, who's their daddy?" Man.
Well, I am adopted, and I am the
Okay.
product of Papa was a Rolling Stone, so we think daddy, but Mama definitely wasn't Mama. And so I don't know. I tell people all the time, I have to be careful who I'm talking to. You might be a relative, and I just don't know it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
So your last name Gonzalez. So
I married him.
okay.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
I like being a Black woman with a Latino name.
Okay. Ain't no problem.
Because he asked me, he go, "Baby, you gonna keep Gonzalez?" I said, "Yeah, I like." He said, "Okay, you like?" I said, "It's okay with you?" He says, "It's okay with me." "It's okay with your woman?" "It's okay with her." Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Shout out to Oak Cliff, America.
Yeah. No, I ain't gonna show you my Oak Cliff bottle back there. I didn't know we had our own label. I didn't know it. I bought it just because it said Oak Cliff.
Oh my gosh. Nothing wrong with that at all. And what grades do you teach? And then I know we'll get you on out of here.
Well, I'm out of the classroom now, but I used to do 3, 4, and 5-year-olds. That's my sweet spot right there.
Gotcha.
But now I'm still with children's ministry. In children's ministry, I do all ages. Right now, I'm more on the admin side, so I just get to love on everybody. You know, so I got back into it just this year, actually. So just finally got off of virtual, got back into it, and my daughter got into that position of serving as the children's director of the church where we are now. So it was kind of like, let me go support my baby because it's her first time where I've been around that rodeo a few times, and then the bug just hit me like, "Oh, I miss you little people." You know, so now I just love on all of them. I love them all. I love kids. I love kids and old people. She say I don't like people in the middle, but that's not true.
You're definitely doing your calling. Definitely. You've been a joy. We thank you so much. It means you said you're honored. We are honored by everything that you do. We greatly appreciate you once again for taking time out of your day and getting up early.
It was all worth it. It was all worth it.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Tell the people where they can follow you and find you on social media.
At Lady GiGi 50, and I always tell people I'm a lady My initials are GG, and I'm in my 50s. So Lady GG50 on Instagram and on TikTok.
Many blessings to you, your family, everything that you do. I believe God really has a calling for you, and I think you're gonna go far. And like you said, just ride that wave, ride the wind, and sit back and marvel at what you do, because He's not done with you yet. You're doing some amazing
Thank
things.
you. I appreciate it. And I got to give it back to y'all too. Sorry, y'all, man. I'm totally impressed. I'm a fan. I'm following. I think I'm following everywhere, but I will go make sure. And I was telling people, so no, I love what y'all are doing too. I love to see my men, my brothers, my sons out there doing what they do. And by the way, where your dad is at? Never mind.
Hey, let me tell you something.
That's that margarita from last night. My bad. No, I'm just kidding.
You good. Oh my goodness.
Hey, I make a good stepmother. What's wrong with you?
No. See, my father, he's in the upper room or somewhere else. I don't know. But he's no longer with us. Okay. That man had a pass. Okay.
My daddy had a Jerry curl before Jerry curls were a thing. He had a natural Jerry curl. The man was still pulling women at 86. Okay.
What?
Okay. I got you.
Up in the hospital and got the nurses grinning. The man is not here today because of a woman. Okay.
Oh my God.
Brought that man home from the hospital. The doctor told him, you need to go home and sit down now, Mr. Joe. You've been in bed for 2 weeks, and the blood clots and how you explained it to him. Notice I just explained it. Okay. So got him home. He didn't think the house was clean enough. Now, let's say, I got a husband, 2 kids, full-time job, taking care of you. Okay, maybe while you was in the hospital, I didn't vacuum as many times as I could have. You were sick. I was trying to take care of you. I'm going to get his medicine. We found all this out later, a little bit after the fact. He at home sweeping because his little girlfriend from down the street say, "Oh, you home?"
That motivation.
I'm gonna come up and check on you.
Oh my God.
I said, if you don't sit down, I will sweep when I get back. Apparently, the man was sweeping while I was gone. Got one of them, I had blood clots, where little blood clot got it. Every time I would see that woman, I said, see, because of you and whatever y'all was, you're nasty. Got this 86, got him up trying to sweep so his woman can come see him because he home from the hospital. If you don't sit there 86.
That's funny.
I'm just gonna sip on you, Chris. That's all I'm saying. But let's just put it this way, Michael. As far as we know, that is my blood daddy. So that means I'm gonna last for a long time.
Okay. I got you.
But no, y'all keep it up. I'm gonna be checking on you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Be blessed and stay safe out there.
I will. Same back at you.
Yes,
All right now.
All right. Bye, darling.
Bye-bye.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to get into who has been just acting up out there. Sad day. Every day. Somebody always make history. Chris, who is it this time, man?
Well, I got a few stories this week. A lot of y'all ignorant, IGNANT out there, ignorant out there. So we're gonna start it off. We're gonna talk about your boy Trick Daddy.
Oh,
This dude here, that dude here, say he is not only a client, he is the president of the Eat a Booty gang.
Oh, hell no.
The internet, I think I was laughing more so at the reactions to him saying this on Drink Champs. He was like, when I decided to click on the story, like, oh, no. Why did he go tell people that? I seen once that the Mucinex man strikes again.
dude, come on, man.
It was bad, bro. I was like, bro.
That is hard. This dude here.
It's like, what happened to when people used to just keep stuff in their bedroom to their bedroom?
Social media came through.
That's what happened.
That's what happened.
I don't even know nothing about that. And Gabrielle Union said that Dwayne Wade, just got dog. See,
Dwayne Wade, what?
Yeah, she outed him on the on the Breakfast Club when Gabrielle Union was on the.
Wait a minute, come back. What?
Gabrielle Union said Dwayne Wade likes to put his legs. Wow.
Why is it
she
in the air
while she
toss that salad?
Pretty much.
No.
I didn't want to finish it off, but because I get visuals sometimes, and I don't like them visuals, and it just.
It's like,
hey man, that's what y'all do. I mean,
why people let people in their bedroom and then you leave it open? Then you want to get mad when people make comments and judgments about what y'all gave up freely.
Yeah, I mean, nobody asked you.
nobody asked for this information, especially from Trick Daddy. Nobody asked for this information. Nobody waiting for it to come out like the Drake album. None of that.
No,
volunteered this.
You know how can you look at a person the same? I mean, okay, we all know we in our bedroom, but I'm just saying once that information get out, it's like you look at the person different.
Kind of different.
Just nasty.
And their lips, like, you know, it's just like, and then you don't want to talk too close because they can have ass on their breath. You got booty on your breath. Gabriel Union do a kissing scene. It's like, whoa.
Wait a minute.
Well, hey.
Stunt double, please. Bring in my stunt double.
Oh my gosh. And oh man. But I mean, it's just, hey man, that's what you do. You mean, I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Y'all keep y'all bedroom stuff to y'all bedroom. Y'all don't need to invite us into it.
Man, please,
please, now
keep it to yourself.
Please,
and
keep that to yourself.
And you know what? Even though Trick Daddy, a man himself, came out and said it, I think more women are okay with saying, you know, I don't know what it is with how men and women are. Like women just feel like they have that freedom to just say something, and you just like something like that. Like, yeah, he's my like. Damn, anybody tell you to say shit like that? Like, or like, hey baby, like, or in front of your family, hey baby, no, you got like, you know, hair in this hair. Like, my family do not need to know about this. That's okay, we're family. They don't need to know about this. Like,
I know, right?
So all women out there, we love y'all queens. Just don't. What stays in the household stays in the household. Don't say it to you. Don't do that. My goodness gracious.
Well, I do have a few more stories here. So this story, it's about a woman that got arrested because she faked a COVID vaccine card. Yeah. Now, you know how she got caught was, well, I'll tell you where this one is at. This one is in Hawaii. She was going to Hawaii, who has one of the more stricter COVID requirements in the country. You have to bypass a mandatory 10-day quarantine. Travelers must show proof of vaccination or present a negative COVID-19 test no more than 3 days before the arrival. And so the woman, excuse me if I mispronounce it, Rozak is her last name. She arrived on August 23rd, according to Hawaii News, and she presented her vaccine card, which read Moderna instead of Moderna. The spelling is different. M-A is how she spelled it and not M-O.
Oh, hell no.
And so the authorities, when they seen the misspelling, they were like, something's not right here. And came to find out, you know, it was a fake falsified vaccination card. And so now she faces, for falsifying proof of testing vaccination of travel, she faces up to a $5,000 fine or prison time of up to 1 year for each count.
Ooh.
And so the law enforcement there said our department will prosecute these crimes to the fullest extent of the law. And she hasn't been able to post bail. Bail was set at $2,000 and was placed in custody pending a court appearance coming up soon. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, quite. Yeah, just not. At least
I can't laugh too much on that because Siri be saving me. Like, hey, how you spell that, Siri?
Hey man.
Well, if you're gonna do anything, you're gonna present it. Yeah, you're gonna falsify a document to that extent. Yeah, you may want to get the spelling right.
You might want to.
Now you're sitting in Hawaii jail.
Ooh.
You wanted to go to Hawaii, or you in Hawaii?
You locked up for quite some time. So
when you get out, no one knows.
God damn it, boy.
You did it to yourself.
Yeah. So now I have to tell y'all about my last story here. What extent do y'all go to get that ex back? If y'all have you ever tried to get an ex back?
No.
Me either. But this one man went to a great length to get his ex-wife back. Okay, so Ronald William Metzer, age 36, right? He had a plan to win his former flame back, right? Now, first, he faked the cancer diagnosis, right? Which that didn't work. And in the days leading up to that, he tried some other things that let's say the prosecutor said that his plan was a convoluted plan. It involved a great extent of detail, but really was not detailed at all. Because he didn't work out the particulars. So what he did is he kidnapped his ex-wife so he could pretend to rescue her. Oh, hell no. Yeah. So, because initially he wanted to kill his ex-wife, but he couldn't go with that plan, right? So the prosecutor called him a master manipulator. So what he did is he first, the event itself happened back in January. He broke into his ex's home while armed and wearing a mask to conceal his identity. When he spoke to her, he disguised his voice. He then hit her with the butt of his gun and tried to strangle her 2 times. He zip tied her hands, assaulted her, placed a pillowcase over her head, and dragged her to the deck. Then he left his helpless ex-wife on the deck, telling her not to move until she heard a car horn honking, or she will be shot, right? So while she was tied up outside, he went back to his apartment to change his clothes, and then he came back to find his ex still tied up, and she had the zip ties and everything, and he was trying to act like he was rescuing her. Investigators later found out that the surveillance video showed him leaving a Lowe's while carrying a pack of zip ties, and the other footage showed him changing clothes at his apartment, contradicting his claims about his whereabouts prior to the assault. And then he also used his cell phone and laptop to search terms on the internet, like how long before you starve to death, or how long does it take to choke someone until they're unconscious. And so he was arrested, pleaded not guilty to charges including kidnapping, home invasion, and sexual assault, battery, and a judge sentenced him to 25 years in prison, followed by 45 years on probation. Yeah, he loved that woman.
25 years?
25 years.
He 36, you said?
36. 25 years in jail, 45 years of probation afterwards.
45 years of probation?
45 years of probation. That means you don't have the law in your life.
Your whole life.
That man ain't gonna be clear with that until he like what, 90 something?
If he make it,
that long.
If you make it
that long,
I can finally live my life the way I want to. You did it to yourself.
Man, that's really stupid.
That is stupid.
Out of all the things that came across my life, I've never heard of nothing like that, man. That's interesting, Chris. Thank you for that.
I mean, I give him an A for it. I mean,
clearly she was in a domestic. It was a domestic abuse situation because he could not let this woman go.
Dude,
you know, like prosecutors said, that he had initially wanted to try to kill her in one of the plans, but he couldn't go through with it. You know, it sounds like he just, the dude had a few marbles loose.
To both people involved, I pray for their sanity and their mental. Yeah. But on the other side, to all men or all women out there who's dealing with something like that, I know you think about the happy moments with the person that you used to be with and you was in love and everything. But when the other person doesn't want to be with you and it's time to move on, just move on. Just go therapy.
This be like Teddy Pendergrass. I think you better let it go.
Yeah.
TKO. Okay.
You about to get TKO in that prison because that's your ass, boy. Man, you have to get it, man.
Oh, that's interesting.
That's a story.
I have no words for that. That's interesting.
Oh, you have words.
but you know what I will say this. It's pretty sad too, because I'm pretty sure that there was signs, and I'm pretty sure that wasn't her first time leaving him, and I'm pretty sure that that wasn't the first time the cops was involved. They had to wait to get to that certain extent for something to happen, and it could have ended up worse. He could have killed her.
Yeah.
You know? He could have killed her, but it's sad that's how, this is millions of stories like that. Like, well, I don't went to the police with him, and this, and that, and the third. They'll do anything until it gets to that certain extent.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay, now it's a problem. We need to do something about this. It's like, well, damn.
Hopefully the lady can finally live, not have to live her life and worry and concern, and can have some type of relief, because I'm sure that's traumatic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's very
25 years. 25 years. She's gonna have 25 years of freedom, and then she's gonna have 45 more years of shit. That's a long time.
Yes, it is. All right, y'all. We're about to get into the balancing act and talk about some motivational things real quick. That's the segment of the show where we talk about, we give roses out to people, or we focus on mental health. So you don't want to miss this. Stay tuned. Stay locked in. Welcome to the Just Snacking Up show. We are about to go ahead and talk about something motivational. This is the segment of our show where we call it the balancing act. Like I mentioned earlier, either we give flowers out to the individuals that deserve it, or we know that they do deserve it for all the hard work they do, or we focus on mental health. And so for this time around, to this day, we're gonna focus on mental health. We're gonna focus on the motivation and the inspiration, because we just had Lady GiGi on our show, so shout out to her, and thank you again for joining us. So if you have not visited her IG, let me go ahead and tell you that real quick.
Lady 50.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate it, brother. And of course, she does comedy as well, but she also has motivational videos as well. And you just might want to tune into those videos and check them out, because just like she was saying to Mike earlier, where after he watches one of the videos, 10 minutes later after he clock in, here we go again. So you want to take time out to sit back and relax. Take time out for yourself and to listen to inspirational videos, motivational videos. Sometimes you need that to get through your day constantly, especially with the work that we do. I know there is an article that I once read in menshealth.com before, Men's Health magazine, is that once you come home from work, you want to allow yourself a good 15 to 30 minutes, maybe an hour, to wind down from the day, because of everything that you do at work. You can't take it home with you. And, if you're in a relationship, married man, married woman, you got kids, and there's a lot of things going on. They got school, they got this, you got the COVID still going on. There's a lot of stress and things that goes on the outside world that you can't bring into your house. And you just want to take time out for yourself to get your mind right. I told myself, when I get my actual house, my home, picket white fence and all that, with the garden in the back and all that with the fountains, I told myself I want to have my own room to where it has a massage chair in it. It has another fountain in it, little fountains with the water come down and everything. Put on a little meditation music and just relax and wind down. Turn off your phone for a little bit. Put on some relaxing music and just relax and wind down. So you might want to, I don't know if you guys gonna do that. I don't know what you do. Maybe you might read a book to wind down. Maybe you might cook to wind down. Maybe you might find, maybe you might do some extra work with, crafting something. You got to find something to calm yourself and give peace to your mind, body, heart, soul, and spirit, all around, mentally, physically, all that. Trust me. Thank yourself later. You need it. And another shout out to Lady GiGi again for bringing some peace to our spirit. She has a calming voice. Great person. Thank y'all. Y'all got anything y'all want to add to that?
Well said. Well said.
Well said once again, James.
Appreciate it. show in the books. Another show. So thank y'all for coming on and party with us and tuning in. We greatly appreciate y'all. Y'all see these guests we bringing up in here, man?
Man.
Y'all see the people, they just say, hey, man, we love what you're doing when we want to come and be a part of it. You can be a part of it, too. Be a part of it by subscribing.
That's all you got to do.
That's all you got to do.
Just click the button. Just click the bell. See all this fire that's coming down.
I'm telling you, man. That's all you got to do.
We got more to come. We just getting started.
We just getting started. Tell him, that touch the iceberg, man.
That's right.
Man, so but we greatly appreciate y'all for tuning in and commenting or liking, subscribing, and sharing, and just telling everybody about our show. We greatly appreciate y'all. You never know what's gonna happen once you start something. Just
exactly. All you gotta do is just walk to it. Who knows? 5 years from now, I'm gonna look back at this like, whoa. But you can look back and see where it all started. And I'm telling you, all you gotta do is just walk to it. That's it. That's all you gotta do.
That's it, man.
Sure. So my quote of the week is life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. I'll take that with y'all this week.
Well, Chris, I was never that good riding a bicycle.
Well, surfboard. There we go.
Whew, I can't swim. That ain't you gotta try again. Don't say skating either, because I broke my ankle. We ain't gonna say that. We ain't gonna say that. Just say you keep walking so you won't fall.
There you go.
Because any other activity, skating and bicycle and swimming and
Don't climb no tree. Don't climb nothing.
Don't climb. Don't do nothing.
Just walk. That's a great quote, though. I like that. I dig that. Man.
I like it.
I like that, man. So I know this was Labor Day weekend. I know y'all seeing this on Tuesday or Wednesday. I don't know how y'all weekend was, but put off in the comments, man. Tell me, what did you do? Did you get on the barbecue pit? If you got on the barbecue pit, why did you invite us?
I know. Did you save us a plate at least?
Man, I'm trying to tell you.
I mean, you say, hey, let me hit these boys. Let me hit y'all. Y'all want to play? Don't get it. Come on, man. So, so many blessings to you all and your family. Thank y'all all again for tuning in. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see y'all. Yeah, that's it. We'll see y'all next time.
Peace.
Be safe.